Ladies and gents, welcome back to part 3, Sexy Beast. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday evening. Kicking back, relaxing, talking all that nerd stuff. Absolutely legit. Rocket League, you're playing it, hardcore.
Love it.
I've got it on my PlayStation. I need to get my PlayStation in here, because apparently it is cross-platform. So I can rock the game with you guys, but without buying it for... Because it was on PlayStation Plus, FOC, mate. FOC. So I can rock that all day long.
For a Gordon Freeman's?
Yeah, I've not had a chance to play any other games at all. I'm dying to get into The Witcher 3. I'm ready to play it now. I just need some time. So I'm hopefully going to get a load of videos done, because they're going to put them on Gamer Dad's channel. Because I'm not going to stream it. I'm not going to stream it. So I'm going to do that before the next stream week, which has got to be coming up shortly. So it's coming up in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. I don't know, something like that. So it should be fucking pretty good. Right. Where do you even want to start? Because let's start with the Warcraft movie to keep the theme going. There's a nice segue. I did not watch the clip. Did you?
No.
Now, apparently, I didn't watch it because it was potato quality. And after the quality we saw at BlizzCon, I clicked it and it was like a guy who'd smuggled his phone in. So I thought to myself, I can't fucking watch it because I know how good this looks when it's in HD. So I'm going to wait, because they announced that it's going to be in November. They're going to release it worldwide to show the trailer off. But I assume most of you got your first glimpse then of the Warcraft movie. And apparently it was pretty brutal. Like, really brutal. Like, people were like, holy shit, this is a dark turn that they're taking for this fucking movie. So, what did you guys think? For those of you who did watch it, were you impressed? Were you not? Were you, like, not bothered? It looks beautiful. I can't say. Yeah, it was super potato quality. Like, it was the one that was, I think I'm going to watch about it up. It was the one that leaked anyway. Didn't watch. Lots of people who said they did not watch. Cool. I liked it. Looks glorious. Haven't seen anything. I didn't get the 360 flying over Azeroth thing that they brought out. They brought out a thing where it was like a hippogriff flying over a Stormwind. Did you try it?
No.
You have to download some sort of app to do it.
You can use it through Google Chrome straight away, apparently, as well.
Yeah, I didn't care that much, honestly.
Well, yeah, you just change the angle and look at the cinematic city of it.
You don't care? Like, Chris is not bothered? All I talk about, all anyone wants to talk about is the guy talking at the start. Well, I didn't see it. I'm hyped as well for the movie. I mean, it's definitely going to be something of value, I hope to see. You got to see the VR thing. I don't watch anything if it's under 1080p. You're with me. If it's not HD, I just can't hack it.
Well, you are going to have to watch one of these things after the stream. Because if not, then you're going to have to wait a couple more months. I don't want you to do that. Just this one thing I want you to pass under the books and watch.
But in general, I don't watch, unless it's audio. Like, I'll listen to Kevin Smith's podcasts.
Yeah.
And they're in like 360p with no.
I need you, because obviously you don't need the visuals as much as you do the audio. I need you to watch the Deadpool one after this.
Oh, the Deadpool one. Yeah, I avoided that one as well. But you want
watch it with me.
Okay, I'll watch it with you.
That and Bubble Butt by Major Lazer.
These are my priorities after the stream, is to watch Bubble Butt.
Say it all.
Bubble Butt, Bubble Butt. Did I get it right? Yeah, it's very cool. It felt like I was watching Cinecratic. Yeah, I'm phasing. It's unfortunate it's the lighting in here. I'm ready to move out of this room. I've got to be completely honest.
I don't have much time.
I'm sick to death.
Use my words.
Trying to produce a show in this room. It's really hard, guys. So I appreciate the fact that we've been going so long that it doesn't actually matter for most of you.
Look at my hat.
I can't.
My hat doesn't have much time.
It's just because it's getting darker. Well, there you go. That's a bit right. Don't really sure it seems. So the Warcraft one was leaked. So we'll see the proper one in November. So I'm really excited about that. But because of leaks, and he was pissed as well. Zack Snyder was super pissed that someone leaked the Batman vs Superman trailer, because they leaked that as well. That they went the Marvel route that they usually do, which is let's fucking release the main one. And he was tweeting about how pissed off he was.
You got to expect it though. I know it's a horrible, horrible reality, but you've got to expect it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be as secure as BlizzCon was, obviously.
BlizzCon was Fort fucking Knox. You ain't getting a clip out of there. That was really locked down. But in terms of Comicon, where you've got thousands in a room, someone's going to film that shit.
Yeah, someone's going to film it, which is a little bit sad. I mean, I don't think there's been a Comicon panel that people haven't really got out. But the Batman vs Superman was hype as fuck.
You want to go there now?
Let's start with the good points before we get to the controversial point. Loved, and we talked about this on Twitter with quite a lot of people, loved that they, and we raised the question, did they do this because of fan feedback from Man of Steel, or did they decide to roll with this as a before Man of Steel, like they knew people would be pissed about it, is that we've got Batman. He's in Metropolis on the day that Superman fights Zod, and is super pissed off with the fact that they're wrecking the city and these innocent lives being lost left and right. Because no doubt, well, it's obviously, and it already says, because Superman gets taken to court essentially and turns up, is that all the destruction to Metropolis is. I mean, the opening line is the court lies this blame on you, and you caused this. And I imagine the death toll is supposed to be in the thousands from that fight, and Batman is clearly like, "Fuck you, dude."
Well, that's his dialogue over the top of it. He says he's got the potential to destroy everyone on this planet, you know, and I can't let him do that. He's not going to do that, and that's what I love about the fact that Batman's got Alfred as well, because Alfred says to me, if you're going to go to war,
Jeremy Irons, killing it, killing it.
He says if you're going to go to war, he's not your enemy.
Yeah, he's not your enemy, and he's right. I mean, this guy's. I mean, and then you've got this really cool point because it's going to be a big part about Superman. Wrestling with these emotions because his mother points out, he goes to see his mother, and his mother's like, you don't owe anybody a fucking thing. You saved their lives. He was going to destroy the world, and you saved them, and you can either be Superman and you can be the fucking guy who everyone should look up to, but remember, you can also just not. You know what I mean? You could just be like, fuck you. You don't owe them a goddamn thing, which is obviously not the way it's going to play out. And I'm sure there's going to be some reconciliation towards the end between the both of them. But it was also, I think, one of the best scenes in the whole thing for me, I don't know about you, out of the whole trailer, which was a fantastic trailer, really well put together. I particularly liked Superman floating above like God, because there's a big part of it where he's got God worshippers, which is a great angle, which I didn't expect and should have, is that regular human beings would totally see him as a god. And, you know, this guy is, for all intents and purposes, a god in comparison to us. He's floating above the house in the flood, and they've asked for Superman. They've drawn the S on the thing, and she's looking up to him, and he's angelic.
She's got her arms out as well.
Yeah, and he's an angelic fucking figure in the sky to be called upon in times of need, and he saves that space shuttle and all that. So he's still doing his good deeds. You know, it shows that he's still being the good guy. But he's also like, should I be bothering? You can see that on his face. He's like, he's not rushing down to save him. He's looking down on her like. He almost seems to be wrestling with the idea of should I even bother saving you fucking people. And it also showed but the actual, getting to the point I was saying, the best scene that I saw in it was Batman versus Superman, where he's actually using the grappling hook to avoid like his laser eyes and shit. I was like, quickly, nice.
That is my favourite scene in the trailer. It's also a very, very, very subtle nod to Frank Miller, the guy with the graphic novel. The scene is basically like Batman just hanging on the side of a building looking down. And that's where they use like the backdrop and sort of the silhouette and stuff like that. But yeah, when he fires the beam and he grappling hooks off it, fucking loved it. So good, that scene. But yeah, just going back to the whole city destruction thing, a lot of people that obviously just know comics from the cinematic universe don't know that Bruce Wayne owns a large majority of the Daily Planet.
Yep.
And I'll hold my hands up and be honest, I didn't know until I went back and watched it, is that Wayne Financial, or Wayne Tower, does get destroyed in that fight. And if you watch Man of Steel, Wayne Tower does get destroyed in that fight. I never noticed it until I was looking out for it.
Wayne Financial, not Wayne Tower.
No, it is Wayne Financial, but it is Wayne Tower.
It's Metropolis is Wayne Tower. Wayne Tower's in Gotham, the official Wayne.
No, that's what I mean though. Wayne Tower in Metropolis is Wayne Financial.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Wayne Financial got destroyed. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, obviously, I'm saying this as opinion, not fact. I think this whole cinematic universe was created, and I'm sure, obviously, they're going to have some sort of fan sway. I think I don't mean minor. This whole cinematic universe was created in terms for these events that are now coming.
So you think Man of Steel was pre-planned to be over the top in its destruction?
Yes, I think this is all premeditated because they know that they're going to bring them together.
Because they got hammered in Man of Steel for that. Man of Steel. In Man of Steel, everyone was like, Superman is killing people here, dude. He's laser, because it shows it in obviously more clearly in the Batman vs Superman. But he's lasering the fucking building, and there's hundreds of thousands of people in these buildings, and you're just cutting through them like butter, demolishing the city. And people, the feedback from Man, and I was on board as well. I watched Man of Steel. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Are you just doing this for the sake of creating cool CGI?
But the thing is, I'm on board with the fact that he's newborn Superman. He's
a rookie in what he's doing.
He's a baby, whereas Zod is genetically bred for war. So he's adapting, like when he's fighting Superman, starts taking his armor off and stuff like that. He's adapting to this whole planet, and he's bred to adapt, to fight. So, like, people, you destroyed a city and blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck you. It's the fact that he's trying to wrestle this superpower that he doesn't know how to fight. That's his first fight. So it's like,
No, I totally get it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, there's going to be casualties in the way of that, especially when you can do the shit Superman can do.
Yeah.
And destroy an IHOP, which he did, which is just tragic. Never
That, watching it again from America, is
forget. Travesty.
travesty.
It's a travesty that you would go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the thing that we both really disagree on. But I guess going into this, we had two different things. One is, I like Jesse Eisenberg, and I've liked him since... I didn't like him much, but I liked him in Zombieland. I thought he did really well there. And I particularly liked him in The Social Network, because he played it on his own and it came across really well. And they, obviously, the stuff they showed in the Batman vs. Superman stuff is, one, because we know he goes bald, which everyone's saying is from kryptonite radiation. Very early on, manipulative. And one of the theories that I saw on Reddit, which I thought was actually very clear, is the stuff that he does and why he gets his hatred for Superman is what leads him to becoming bald and ill in some manner. Like, really ill. And that Superman directly causes that. So the stuff they showed in the Superman trailer is way early in the movie. Like, way, way early in the movie. Which will then turn him into the proper Lex Luthor that we'll see. Well, you didn't like it at all.
No.
Just because it was him?
Well, let me tell you why. Like,
Or the way he played it?
It's because I don't... Before, don't get me wrong, I do not hate Jesse Eisenberg. I do now, but that's a different thing which I'll just touch on at the end. It's not a big story. I've seen 3 of his films. Well, I've seen 2.5. I've seen Adventureland. I've seen Zombieland. He plays the same character.
Yes, he does.
Back, but that character in those situations is awesome. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a film where Kristen Stewart didn't come across as a twat.
Yes.
Not easy.
No, I know.
Not easy.
Right. That is like the awkward teenager type thing. Perfect. Social Network. I couldn't dig it because it's not my type of film. That's just that. And then when I saw the trailer for this, I tried so fucking hard. My primary focus was always on why Ben Affleck, but now it's just why Jesse Eisenberg. And then someone posted a picture of him like with his like bald head looking like Lex Luthor, and for a second I thought, okay, he looks good. But then I see his character and I think everything that I've just watched for like 3 minutes was awesome and destroyed by the character that you're now doing in this film. I fucking hate it so much. I don't see that as Lex Luthor at all. If it's an origin story, make it an origin story, but make him Lex Luthor, not this fucking adventure Zombieland character. But, I mean, this is obviously not just Jesse Eisenberg, but if it's an origin story, they're bringing Batman back from retirement, they're establishing Superman, they're establishing Lex Luthor, so it's all different generations mixed, but Lex Luthor, for me, he's smart, he's witty, he's charismatic, you know, but he's still got, like, he's not feminine, like Jesse Eisenberg.
He's not feminine.
But, like, these whole, like, quirky things and, like, these silk Hawaiian shirts and a long fucking hair, like some sort of, like, stupid, retarded 12-year-old who's got a Kurt Cobain fetish. Doesn't work for me as Lex Luthor at all. But, like, let me put this back on. It's not Jesse Eisenberg hate, because I love Jared Leto as the Joker.
Wait, we're not there yet.
I know, but I'm just saying this is my direct comparison. Now, that angle of the Joker is not the angle that I wanted to see.
Well, yeah, you originally hated the first pictures.
But when I see the trailer of him and what he's doing with that character that's been given to him, he fucking nails it. And I don't feel that at all with Eisenberg. At all.
I can see where you're coming from, because I don't think but my view on that is, I don't disagree with what you just said, honestly, I really don't. But I think that the Eisenberg Luthor we saw in the trailer is not Lex Luthor and what we're going to get, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I don't think that... I'm pretty certain based on what he's definitely going to become, and we know that because of the physical change, is a very, probably, like you're right, a rich, spoiled, young guy who's going to become Lex Luthor. But we'll see where that's going to go. The other bit is, now you tried to educate me on this, is the suits there with Robin. Robin's obviously been killed at some point, or a Robin. By the Joker. And that's the link that links us to the Suicide Squad. I mean, it's a guarantee. I mean, he's written on the suit, pretty much. So there's definitely been a shanking there by the Robin. But people keep mentioning names. Like, when I've been looking into it, because I was interested, because I thought the trailer was really good. I was reading into it. And people were mentioning all sorts of different names. That was probably Bert or Andy or something like that. And it's probably going to be Greg, who takes over as Robin.
Well, there's loads of connotations with Robin. This is where it gets confusing for a lot of people who just focus on the cinematic universe. There's been quite a few just like Green Lanterns, like main Earth protecting Green Lanterns, there's a lot of connotations with Robin. One of them goes on to play Nightwing, one of them takes the bat cowl when Batman breaks his back and stuff like that. But here's the thing is, there was a big rumour that it's going to be a female Robin. And in the Dark Knight Returns, it's a female Robin in that, who basically takes the armour from a departed Robin. Well, the Robin who turns to Nightwing. So
I'm confused.
What do you mean?
Do you mean Dark Knight Returns the movie?
Dark Knight Returns not
because I was just
the animated
it's
film.
Gordon Levitt.
The animated.
Oh right, I
the
thought
animated.
It's Gordon Levitt.
Yeah, no, the animated. So there's so many things that it can be. What I was saying is it's not just one Robin. There's been, I think, I'm probably going to be fucking wrong now. I think there's 4. It's either 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure, but that's like just one connotation of Robin. And just like in the Dark Knight Returns, this girl takes the armor from a Robin who's left to become Nightwing. They might be playing it that this girl takes or boy, it could be in the movie, is taking this armor from obviously now a dead Robin. So,
judging based on the chat that we got here, thank you to Ollie for subscribing. Thank you to Wendy as well for your donation. It came up in the other thing. Thank you so much, Wendy. The chat really agrees with you on Jesse Eisenberg, which I'm not surprised by, honestly. But I think that's what's going to happen with it. I'm not disagreeing that what I would say is I did not see Lex Luthor in that trailer. If that makes sense.
Yes.
What I saw in that trailer was not Lex Luthor. It was the kid that will turn into Lex Luthor.
Right. Okay.
Which clearly is the wealth and seems to have the brains, but lacks the twist.
That's the angle that I need to see to.
Yeah, and I think that's where they're going with it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Noble thinks female Robin is Batgirl. As soon as she said female Robin, I thought Batgirl, but I don't think it matters really. But
Batgirl is.
I don't want to
Jim
see
Gordon's
Batgirl
daughter.
ever again. But that does remind me though, and we haven't brought it up yet. What did you think of Wonder Woman? I did not like it. I can't remember her name. She does not Gal Gadot. I do not like.
Do you
Gal
know
Gadot
what?
as
For
Wonder
me,
Woman. I was really hoping.
I mean,
we talked about this, didn't we? She should beef up.
I tried so hard to just base my focus on what I'm seeing and nothing to do with like. What I was going to say, branching just from Jesse Eisenberg is Jesse Eisenberg, well known, hates Comicon, fucking hates it, and had the audacity this week to compare it to genocide.
I assume he just sees it as a role.
He's a knob. I can't stand him. But he's saying that I can't stand it. I'm not going to go into it. Anyway, Gal Gadot, bullshit.
It just looks wrong.
And let me tell you why. It's because after a couple of months of training and bulking up, she posted a picture on, I think it was Instagram, but someone put it on Twitter, saying something like, "It's paying off, boys," or "Training's underway." And it's just a picture of her with a bicep like this. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Do you know it would have been good? And she's not a good actor. But still, good for the role.
You're going to say Ronda Rousey.
I'm going to say Ronda Rousey. But that's it. I mean, that's just...
Who called out who this week? Who did she call out?
Oh, it was Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yes. I bet you know who the fuck I am now.
Yeah. But I mean, I know that's the generic pick. But that's just one of many people who could have played it. Just even if it's not just fucking gains, but just a bit more mass on the body.
She's supposed to be Amazonian. She's not supposed to be a supermodel.
She's supposed to be a big fucking woman.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a big, strong woman and not what we'd expect in a Fast and the Furious movie, which is where she came from, right? I mean, that's what she looks like, Fast and the Furious movie, but in a costume. That's what I got. Not a strong.
Yeah.
I don't know. There are plenty of good, strong women out there now. I felt the same about Thingy playing Catwoman. She was in Interstellar, you know what I mean.
Halle Berry?
No, not fucking Halle Berry. From The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, shit, I can't remember a pissing name.
You know what I mean.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't pull it off either for his Catwoman. I mean, she did this whole thing where, I had to go through loads of training because all my life I've been told to be skinny, skinny, skinny. And then it was, you got to be strong.
Do you know what it is? I mean, I'm a picky prick when it comes to comics. Is the fact
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, that's it, Anne Hathaway. I think she was too tall.
She was just too slender.
Really
too slender for the role.
But
she wasn't strong.
For me, and they used the connotation of Catwoman that I like in the Arkham games. That is what I think Catwoman should look like.
It's a big part of the new one.
She's shorter, and she's got obviously the cat suit on, but her goggles aren't fucking the cat's ears like it is in the film and stuff like that. But she's shorter and she's very sexual and she's like very agile and stuff like that. But she looks like Catwoman, like the modern day Catwoman that they're using as well. But yeah, I'm not feeling
it's just. But I think at one point we're probably edging into the territory where they're like, this character's for sex appeal. which I think was what most of us were hoping to get away from. Instead of going for just sex appeal, let's get someone who fits the bill rather than just sex appeal. And it doesn't seem like we've got out of that yet in the Marvel world.
I was going to say a point then in terms of that, but I'll wait until we get to the next film.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say, but that works perfectly because it's supposed to be.
No, it's something that you wouldn't think of.
I don't know. It just seems too much sex appeal rather than what fits the character. Because Affleck's not really sex appeal. I don't imagine, but I'm not.
I think he is.
But it's the old time. I mean, they're safe there picking an older guy who's a greying old Batman.
I think he looks good.
He looks perfect for it, and he fits the bill perfectly for this old greying Batman who's still bulky and strong.
I still think he would have been better though. Josh Brolin.
But he's Thanos. He's Thanos. You know what I mean? That's what you're gonna say. He's Thanos.
What was I going to fucking say?
I was saying it in terms of Marvel.
Yeah, for me still as well, I'm still not convinced by regular Batsuit. His armoured Batsuit that he fights Superman in, I'm down with because that is exactly the feel from the actual, from the 80s comic of Batman vs Superman. It's perfect. It's so good, but his normal Batsuit and the Bat symbol...
Oh, and it says that.
Not feeling it at all.
Oh, really? The classic one? Did you not like it though? Superman ripped the doors off the Batmobile.
And he just stands up next in front of him. I thought that was
toe to toe, baby. Toe to toe.
I tell you what, I didn't like that tiny part of that scene though where he rips the doors off and Batman sat there like this.
And he doesn't look him in the eye like does the big rays. But I still think it was very cool. Let's move on then to what actually stole it for me. I really enjoyed the Batman vs Superman, but I loved this trailer more, probably because I wasn't expecting much from it at all. After seeing the only picture I'd seen of the Suicide Squad was the one of all the cast together, and I couldn't see anything but Will Smith and a bunch of guys, and that's all I saw in that because it was like Captain Boomerang and fucking Rick Flag and all these names came out. I was like, you bunch of tosses.
Oh, I tell you what, I think they're going to underplay these characters. I'm hoping it's because it's an origin story. But these characters and the actors that play them are not big hitters because they need to have a big number of these big hitters in there. But people I don't know a lot about Rick Flag. I know he's the original leader of the Suicide Squad because, no, I'm not. I was going to say something, but it might be a film spoiled. But people like Captain Boomerang when he joins the Rogues. He's such a fucking good character, man.
Which one is he in the trailer?
Captain Boomerang is the one who... Australian, I think. But yeah, he's got like the handlebar mustache and stuff like that. Looks pretty grimy.
All right, so I did the first last time. What was your high points from the Suicide Squad?
High points from the Suicide Squad were I'm sort of mixed because it seems like for this variation of the DC universe, they're changing a lot of things in the story. They've sort of. I like the fact that they've give Deadshot his actual background in terms of he's a bad guy. And his Achilles heel is basically his daughter. He fucking worships his daughter. His daughter's his favourite thing in the world. So he's doing all this for her, and it glimpses at her in the story and stuff like that. I like the cast that they brought together. I like El Diablo. And I like the fact that they've give Killer Croc a sort of humanish feel as opposed to being like 9 feet tall.
From like a game, a video game Killer Croc.
Yeah, and I will say, like I said before, is Leto's let's go talk Harley Quinn first.
Oh, so good.
I think she's going to be good. She's another character that, for me, it's not that generic Harley Quinn, but that's not what they're going for with most of the characters in this. I think she looks good, and what we've seen of her is just like Jesse Eisenberg in terms of, this is her just a bit fucking nuts. Mm-hmm. Until the Joker actually programs her, this is what you're going to get. But obviously in the trailer, who he's torturing is Harley Quinn. Yep. And then she's going to turn out to be...
So we're going to get a Harley Quinn origin story for sure.
Yes. That's going to be... I think that's going to be the central focus. There's a lot of stuff that I like as well as with the Joker. Let's talk about the Joker. We're going to have to. Is I don't like what he looks like.
Really?
In terms of... Yeah. I don't like... The tattoos, the metal teeth. He's got a PVC coat, that flash car with a pink underglow, like he's some sort of ex-druggy rock star type thing. Okay, I'm open to watching it, and that's purely based on how good Jared Leto's clip is in that trailer, because that's scary. That is scary.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is I truly believe they're going down the road with the Joker, and Leto's taking it down that road, I should say, of the first legitimately scary Joker. Because Nicholson's goofy and crazy as balls, which is very good. I recently watched the original Batman with Nicholson in it, where he electrocutes a guy into a skeleton at the table, and then he sits and talks to it afterwards and stuff, and it's fucking funny. And it doesn't matter how crazy it goes, He's just like the scene in the art gallery from the original Batman. I remembered how goofy it was because he put the 90s music on.
He's painting stuff on it.
He's painting stuff and he's doing all that, and everything goes to shit, and it's all falling apart around him. And his character doesn't give a shit. And while all these men are being twatted and knocked around, he's just leaning on the character. Where does he get those toys? Yeah. And that's all he cares about.
Oh, the end of it, where they're on top of the cathedral, and like he's literally hanging on the edge. Well, he's stood on the edge, and they're beneath him. He's like, "Let me lend you a hand," and he's got a fake hand. And he's pissing himself laughing.
Yeah, he played that so well. And then obviously Heath Ledger did his bit, but none of them were scary. I mean, Ledger was the agent of chaos, and that he just wanted everything to be. He just wanted everybody's plans to turn to shit. And that's what he always ever wanted, was everything to go fucking wrong for everybody. But Leto seems to be going down the road of like horror movie scary, where it's like this guy will give you fucking nightmares, which Ledger and Nicholson certainly never did because they were so goofy with it. I don't think we're going to get a goofy side of the Joker. I'm okay with that because I've seen 2 versions of the goofy side of the Joker and 2 different versions, which was cool. But the DC universe as a whole, I think it's worth saying, is going really dark. And they seem to be riding on the success of the original Batmans, where it doesn't have to be family friendly.
It's going a different path from Marvel.
To distinguish themselves from Marvel. Marvel's got family friendly covered, and the Avengers have all got the family friendly moments where they're all eating falafels and all doing that kind of, they're all, patting each other on the back and doing silly stuff, and there's always a joke thrown in, and that was a big complaint of Avengers 2, is like the jokey moments were a bit too much when it should have been serious, whereas the DC seems to have gone, let's go fucking really dark with it, let's make it more adult orientated. Let's, really see some tortured souls, and that makes a good entrance for a Joker that can be really scary. And people are obviously saying that he's been in prison. That's why he's got the grill, because they've knocked his teeth out, essentially. So he's got the grill and the tattoos while he's been in prison, probably for killing Robin. That seems to be where the ideas come from there. And the Joker, for me, when he came out, when he did the laugh, honestly, this is how it went to me in the fucking the trailers. He did the laugh, and I thought, oh, he's going to be like the others, because he does the, like a real cheesy sort of laugh. And then he came out, and the line he drops is cheesy. I'm not going to kill you, I'm going to hurt you real bad. But his look, I was like, I love your look, and I hope you do something with it. And I hope your dialogue isn't written for what they expected of the Joker. You've gone like this direction with it, which is fucking quite creepy and weird. But your dialogues, I hope, goes along with that. Like, they looked
I like that line, though.
It's a good line, but it's definitely cliche. The best part for me was Harley was generally crazy, especially when she's upstrung in the cage, and she looks really fucking. She looks mental. She looks
that part where
crazy.
She's hiding behind a door in a gunfight, and they're speaking about her, and she just stood there chewing gum, and she just goes, "Huh?" I thought that was.
They've taken her accent away, which I think is the first complaint, because she hasn't got the Brooklyn accent.
I miss that.
Yeah, because that was like when she says "Mr. J." Yeah. That was always part of it. And the bit that I really disliked, and I think was universally disliked by everybody, Will Smith.
Playing Will Smith.
Could not have crushed that trailer any harder. Yeah. Even if you brought Jaden Smith in, I don't think he could have ruined his own moments. And every complaint I've seen about that trailer has just been, Will Smith is just Will Smith. Now, what I have seen a rebuttal to that is the character he's playing is very much like Will Smith.
He's not.
Well, that's what I heard. But my reaction to that was, I don't know anything about half of these characters. I've fought Killer Croc in fucking Batman Arkham, one of the Batman games, and that's about as much as I know about Killer Croc. And the others I've never heard of. I've never heard of Enchantress. I've never heard of Captain fucking Boomerang. I've never heard of all, as far as I'm concerned, no-name players, which is he's a no-name player as far as I'm concerned. And he just looks like Will Smith. And it's like you just brought in Will Smith from Independence Day and put him in this movie.
Let's go save the world.
Let's go save Earth. And he dropped that line, let's go save the world. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? What are you doing?
No, that's it. No, Deadshot.
More.
Deadshot is... He's not afraid to drop a one-liner, but he's very serious.
Will Smith isn't Deadshot?
He is Deadshot. He is Deadshot.
Get denied, Kill. Get denied.
What is wrong with you? God damn it, Keels. He's Deadshot.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, but he's not... He doesn't feel like Deadshot. I mean, the things like we're saying, like we've seen with... we've talked about Jesse Eisenberg. We've talked about the Joker. They're not what we're used to. They're not what we're expecting. But with Will Smith, you can't put Will Smith in that character and let him be Will Smith, because you're just going to see Will Smith.
Like you said with his daughter, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's like In Pursuit of Happiness. I've seen him do that. Do you know what I mean? That just looked like those parts of the movie were intertwined into it. I don't know whether this is right or wrong, but he seems like the only actor there who isn't thinking, this could be my career. because he's already got his career.
Yeah.
And there are no other actors,
That's
even Jared Leto, who's nailed Fight Club and fucking the Dallas Buyers Club. He nailed roles in that. And then there's been it's not got an Academy Award. It's been nominated, I think.
Who?
Jared
Leto's got an Academy
He's got
Award.
an Academy
He got it for Dallas Buyers Club.
But he's gone like... Because so for Jared Leto, you're like, do you want to follow Heath Ledger? Dude, that is a massive undertaking, and yes, I want to do it. And it was ballsy. We talked about it when it's announced. That is a fucking ballsy move. Her becoming Harley Quinn, even the guy coming Killer Croc. Enchantress looks like she's really well done as well. She looks creepy as balls. And but Will Smith just strikes me as maybe as Jesse Eisenberg. This is just a part. This is just a job, and I don't want to become the next fucking Chris Evans and be Steve Rogers for the next 10 years.
Do you know what they need to do that'll probably save me a bit of face with Will Smith's character? Deadshot he's got specific tool set, and one of them is he's got automatic pistols on his wrist, like they're not just like secret things. It's like a big strapped on automatic submachine guns on his. He needs to have that. If he doesn't have, I've seen him with a rifle and stuff like that. He needs to have them fucking pistols at some point. I'm gonna shit.
I wish I knew more about it, because the best praise that I saw from the Suicide Squad is actually Alma Wade and the woman that got to play her. The woman who's in charge of the prison.
No. Oh, fuck. I cannot believe her name's just...
And everybody was that she is the perfect choice to play that character.
No, she's not.
Oh,
no,
I heard the exact opposite.
No,
but I don't know
one
who
of my
she is.
gripes. Amanda Waller.
Right.
Here's
Alma
my
Wade,
thing.
what's that from? That's from Fear.
I don't know.
I think.
Here's my thing, right? She does look better because Arrow fucked up with Amanda Waller. Amanda
Waller.
Waller.
Okay.
Yeah. Amanda Waller basically creates the Suicide Squad. If you don't know what the Suicide Squad is, basically it's a lot of convicts who they put to Black Ops jobs because they've got a tool set. They implant devices into them. If they stray from the plan or they get caught, they get their heads blown off. That's the Suicide Squad. That's why it's called that. Amanda Waller is a big fat woman.
Oh, right.
Big fat woman. In Arrow, they fucked it up. They give her like this really like sexy black woman, basically, and it's not Amanda Waller. I don't like that character at all. That's probably my only gripe with Arrow. Now, this woman who plays her in Suicide Squad looks better. However, the woman who does the voice for all the Suicide Squad character variations of Amanda Waller, whose real name is CCH Pounder,
nice,
is the perfect visual and vocal representation.
Oh, you think we should have just got her to
of Amanda Waller? Because do you know who she is? Do you remember? I think it's either the second to last or the last season of Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
The big black woman who's like really riding on Jack's tail and stuff like that. Who's like the senator type woman.
Oh yeah.
Her.
Oh right, okay.
She would have been.
She was a good actress too.
The Pounder brings the fucking bacon, mate.
Now, does the weight matter? I mean, we've seen the Kingpin change in so many different ways.
Well, we haven't though. We've seen him varying size from like Michael.
He's
Clark
always been
Duncan.
a big guy.
He's
a
big guy.
I mean, not everybody can be Michael Clark.
Well, that's
Duncan,
what I mean, though. I mean, like, look at it. Like they've started to bring it back a bit by using a slightly more heavy-set woman to be her. And CCH Pounder's not like a fucking huge.
Does it represent something that she's a big, like, overweight, slobby type person?
No, but it's sort of like a power thing. She's not going to be slim. She's not going to be skinny. She's just a big, ruthless son of a bitch. That's who they should have picked for me. I mean, I think as strong as it is an opinion, that even takes over for me in terms of picks. Like Josh Brolin should have been Batman. That for me, it was perfect because she's been Amanda Waller. Her voice is Amanda Waller.
What was it? Oprah Winfrey. And you get an explosive, and you get an explosive, and you get an explosive. Precious, probably still a bit young, right? Amanda Warlock. Yeah, Suicide Squad does look creepy.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. Thoughts on the Killer Croc? I thought he looked good.
Good. More
He's
human-esque.
definitely... Well, this is what I was saying. The Enchantress definitely has some magical elements to it, which they seem to be staying away. Like, the Joker's more of a prison convict.
But here's the thing, though. Like, I was thinking about that at first. It made Enchantress sort of more of a human-esque person. Obviously, Killer Croc's got his excuse because the steroids had, like, crocodile testosterone in them.
Oh, is that what it's about?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the big thing is, and it's the biggest rumour, and apparently it's a leaked rumour from some guy from the inside who named, well, a few people, not just one person, a few people, is you see Zod in the trailer, a dead Zod, and Lex is going to create Doomsday from Zod's DNA. So obviously Doomsday is like the end of days type character for the Superman arc. So I need to see what they bring in.
Well, if that's the Justice League is against Doomsday, would that make sense?
Maybe this is going to like end with them creating Doomsday for the Justice League. I don't know though. I'm only speculating. I'm saying what I've read. if they're going to bring Doomsday, and that's going to be the person who consolidates the people to fight against. If that makes
Definitely
sense.
a very... one thing we can say, though, what we're very clear on, is that they're working really hard to create a universe.
Yes.
Really hard, because it's paid off for Marvel so hardcore that they're like, we're definitely going to make
the two people we don't see in that trailer, what I'm kind of glad about, because they're delaying the inevitable that I'm going to hate him more, is Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
They hinted that the origin story's there, because they have the underwater scuba guy.
I know.
Yeah, so... But I don't know, I saw his picture of him as Aquaman. I was alright with it. Because Aquaman's a lame character. Momoa could make it look cool.
He's not a lame character, though. He's just... That global connotation of Aquaman is lame is not lame. It's fucking people who've just seen... Like, the jokey hate of him. Aquaman is fucking legit. Very legit.
Alright, make me a believer.
Right.
Make us a believer.
He's a very proud leader of the Atlanteans. You tell me why you think he's lame. Because he can just do stuff in water. Oh, no. Is that kind of thing.
Pretty similar. I mean, control fish.
Well, look at it. It's not just fish, though, is it? It's creatures from under the water. And then you got to think about the human aspect of they're a place in that fucking ocean that we've not been to. Right. So then, like, in some of the comics and some of the animated things, he brings those fucking creatures out of the water in armies of them.
Oh, he's got things that aren't...
It's not just... It's things that are from the water that obviously people...
Like crabs?
Well, imagine a crab like a fucking 70-foot crab.
I'd have to see it.
Exactly.
I can't.
Well,
Sharknado!
Sharknado!
Momoa! The Sharknado! Yeah, that would be
like, that's just one person. I love Aquaman. For me, I love Aquaman. I just can't stand Jason Momoa. I think he's the most wooden actor since Sam Worthington, and that's saying something.
Well, the only time I've ever seen him act is not Game of Thrones, because he has like 4 lines of Game of Thrones, and they're all just him being bulky. Is Stargate Atlantis, and he's fucking terrible. And he was in like 4 seasons of it.
He was in a very recent low hype film with Sylvester Stallone. I can't remember what it's called. Sylvester Stallone was like a hitman in it, I think, and he was the bad guy in that. And he's shit.
Yeah.
Very shit.
He's not the best.
The other thing is they didn't show Deathstroke. Now...
Is this true?
Aquaman can control kaiju from Pacific Rim.
If that's true, I'm in.
No, because they're from a different realm that come through a portal from under the
But they're in the water.
So am I. I swim in the water. We don't mean they can control
Aquaman. Are you Aquaman?
But like, I mean, it's not just like scenes of grandeur that Aquaman can control. Like, there's a film called Flashpoint Paradox where they go into you don't need to know the backstory, but there are like explosives tagged on 4 people, so the people of the Justice League have to detonate, have to separate the bombs and defuse them in their own way. Like, obviously, Superman just fucking puts his hands on it like that. And it detonates in his hands. Green Lantern takes it out into space in a bubble, while Batman diffuses it in this bubble and stuff. Aquaman does, he's like, he grabs his fucking guy, because he's a bad guy who's got the bombs on him, like, who've been planted on by another bad guy, throws him into the fucking water, and just looks at the water, and all these, like, little, microbes and stuff like that basically diffuse this bomb. Like, it shows it, like, fizzling and stuff, and, like, the bubble, like, tiny microscopic bubbles come up. That little, even
I can't help, and I know you don't mean it to sound that way, but the only thing I can think of when you said that then was McCracken's body.
You just get up and walk away!
You know, he drops his thing in the piranha tank.
Oh, that's not Flashpoint, sorry, that isn't Flashpoint, my bad. It's not Flashpoint Paradox. But, yeah, the thing with Deathstroke is, now, it's been a roller coaster for me because he is literally in my top 5.
He's on your arm.
He is on my arm.
You didn't go with Deadpool. You went with Deathstroke.
Deathstroke is one of my favourites. Now, it's been a roller coaster in terms of, okay, Deathstroke is going to be in the Suicide Squad. It might only be just Slade Wilson, but if you don't know who the backstories of Slade Wilson is, imagine a bad guy Captain America who uses fucking swords and guns. That's basically it. He's a super soldier, but a mercenary. He's like the anti-hero as well. He's not just a bad guy. Now, the original casting was like, such a body's going to play Slade Wilson in the Suicide Squad film, and I can't pronounce his surname, so type it in. Type True Blood Alcide. Well, the guy who plays Alcide, Joe Mangalero or something he's called.
Alcide Havo?
Yeah. Joe Mangalario, I think he's called, or something like that. That's him in True Blood, but he's a fucking tall...
Manganiello.
Yeah, tall, chiseled motherfucker, and he looks like he could be a really good Slade Wilson with a short cut hair, and short cut, like, grey hair and stuff. Then it changed to another character that was in True Blood. That I don't know his real name again, but he plays Hoyt in True Blood, who's a massive pussy. That's Joe. That's from him from True Blood. That's obviously when he was a bit younger. But this guy Hoyt from True Blood playing Slade Wilson crushed my entire universe. He's a massive pussy, pansy
He's
loser.
a massive pussy.
Yeah. Then his name got taken off. That massive pussy from True Blood is playing someone else in the Suicide Squad. And another person got put into the cast without the name under it. And now this is the biggest rumour who's going to play him. And I think he's called Harry Eastwood. But it's Clint Eastwood's son.
Let's have a look.
I think it's called Harry Eastwood.
Harry Eastwood. Yeah, you got the name right.
It's not him, I don't think. No, it's not. Just type in Clint Eastwood's son. Scott Eastwood, sorry, my mistake.
Okay, so let's go.
Now, as an Origins, I can see him.
Oh, he looks all American.
Look like his dad, mate. I can see him playing an Origins as Slade Wilson.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sounds like a porn name.
Just a little bit.
Scott Eastwood. But he's in the film without a name underneath, so they're keeping this whole Deathstroke thing under wraps, or even if it's just Slade Wilson and not Deathstroke yet. But I'm hoping they're going to show his super soldier progress. Like, because he's from the army. He gets selected. He goes into it.
He's military, son.
He is military.
He's military.
But I'm very excited to
just
see what they do. I know.
One film.
I know.
That's like, what, like 12? Getting close to 12 characters to be in there, though. What do you think about that guy who's playing Spider-Man? Because he's been announced now.
Do you know what?
He looks good.
I was objective to picking a fucking child Spider-Man again, but the kid who plays Billy Elliot is a really good fucking actor.
Yeah, he looks alright. He looks
and
alright.
yeah, he's landed a fucking dream, that kid.
If he can nail it, Spider-Man's like the best
of
his
do it,
I hope so.
If he can do it, fair play to him. Very excited for that.
What else do we see? I saw just pointed out the Evil Dead TV show. Looks amazing.
Is it a TV show? I was hoping it was going to be a film.
Oh, it's a TV show, which is better.
But it's him as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. It's Ash.
I saw the trailer of it. Oh, where he plants them in the ground, pulls across, he goes, they were Jewish. Oh.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
The Evil Dead TV show looks exactly like I wanted it to be. It stayed true to what I wanted out of that fucking TV show. It looks absolutely fantastic. I can't remember what it was called, actually. Is it just called Ash vs. Evil Dead?
I think so, yeah. Oh, that was another point. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have absolutely loved to have seen Manu Bennett playing Slade Wilson, because I thought he nailed that shit.
Wait,
perfect.
Oh my god, no! People didn't know that there's going to be an Evil Dead TV show. Well, let me link the trailer.
I thought it was going to be a film.
Nope, it's.
But yeah,
I can't play the trailer on stream, as you can probably imagine. So there's the link.
What's
to
it called?
YouTube.
Bruce
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
He's spelled good in Spider-Man as well.
Yeah.
What does he say to him first? It's like, can't come in without a tie. Then he goes, it's too late, door's closed. Oh, yeah, baby. Fucking amazing. Amazing. Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Well, yeah, finally. And apparently it's going to be released in just under 3 weeks now, was the trailer for Deadpool. Now,
I haven't seen it.
We're going to check it out after stream, we have to. But this, for me, was the best trailer that came out of
that good
Comicon. Mate,
I mean, I don't know.
Everything that you want to see. I mean, do you know, like when people say, like, I want to see an R-rated Wolverine? Like, the actual story of Weapon X should be an R-rated film. He fucking mutilates people with, like, they do these tests on him with, like, a VR visor and stuff like that, but then, like, he gets to the point where he can't separate reality from training and stuff like that, and he massacres everyone in that facility, but, like, really brutally. So everyone said, well, we want to see a Weapon X 18's, well, an R-rated story. Now, they fucking listened with the Deadpool film. We want a Deadpool film. Yes, we're getting a Deadpool film. Wait a minute. Deadpool, like, he shoots people in the head. He's fucking quippy, quirpy. He's foul-mouthed. He makes dirty, lewd jokes. They've taken everything that people have said and put it into, hopefully, the film, but definitely the trailer. You're going to overhype it on me. I'm gonna do.
You're gonna overhype it for me.
But here's the thing: is like, what is the one gimmick that he's known for? Breaking the fourth wall. He does it in the fucking trailer.
Good. That's how it should be.
But Ryan Reynolds as well. Like the parts where we're not going to speak about the end of Wolverine Origin Wolverine, but the start
does he bring
of
it up?
No, well, he brings up another funny line from it, but the start of it, yeah, the costume is just like the comic as well.
I've seen the pictures of the costume and set photos, and it's perfect.
But like he takes a jibe at the Green Lantern when they're giving him his procedure. They say, we're going to make you a superhero, and they're carrying him off on a gurney. He says, okay, but don't make my super suit green or animated. So they have a jibe at that. But it's Ryan, like, everyone enjoys Ryan Reynolds at the start of X-Men Origins Wolverine, because that as Wade Wilson was fucking hilarious and on point, and he is as well. I'll send you a link to it if you can't find it on here, by the way. No. I've got it on my Twitter.
I see what's that.
We'll check it out shortly.
This is.
I don't know if it is this one. Don't copy it. Silent. Yeah, I tell you what. I'm gonna mute it.
It just says best quality.
Wait. It's.
You're not playing.
I am now. Trailer footage downloading the link below, so it's not that. I'll find it off my Twitter and find it later. But yeah, for me it was the most on point thing that I'm hoping for. But that's a safe bet, because all these other films now they're going completely left field from what we want or expect, but still look good. Whereas Deadpool is what we've all been waiting to see, and it looks like it fucking delivers, man.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Green Lantern. Absolutely do not. I think that's about it. Well, what an exciting week. Everything I checked was fucking gold.
And you got 200k subs as well, mate.
I hit 200,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Yeah, we didn't even celebrate it. You know what? I didn't even see it coming. I was that tied up in doing work and stuff. I was just been that busy recently, and it was only when people started tweeting me, there was like, you hit 200k, I was like, fuck, I didn't even realise we were about to do it, and I felt really grim because we didn't organise anything like we did last time. But with the baby coming soon, I suppose we should have some sort of celebration. So we'll probably organise something for the web show. The next web show, we'll do something then, because I'm aware it was going to happen, and I'm not even joking about that. I had no idea until you guys started tweeting me, and then you texted me about it, and I was like, I hadn't even checked it. I'd just been checking all the statistics and stuff like that, but not looking at the subscriber count. And so, yeah, very, very, very excited that those milestones are really nice to pass over, which has been. It's been a whirl. This year has just been chaos, absolute chaos. I had just no time at all. I'm hoping to next year I can actually have some free time to myself. I just want to play a game at the moment. I do. Tomorrow. We didn't talk about. We're gonna go see it tomorrow, so we can't tell that much. We're gonna see Ant-Man tomorrow.
Yes,
which has been very well received. So hopefully Ant-Man should be a cool. So yeah, I've got some time off tomorrow because I was ultra daddy today from 4:45 in the morning until 6 p.m. And then I was like, you know what, Emma. It's on you.
I'm off duty.
Yeah, I'm off duty. I've been up since 4:45 with him. You went out buying baby clothes at 4 o'clock in the morning because there was a sale on it Next. So she went out buying. She was like, "Can I have some money tomorrow?" And I said, "Why?" She went, "There's a Next sale on it. Opens at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I'll get all the baby clothes." So I gave her some money. And then Max, of course, woke up when she went out, got him back to sleep, got up at 4:45, and then it was all day because she was doing wedding stuff for a friend, which is hilarious. I've got to tell you the story about that. But that was a hell of a thing. It was, yeah, I can't talk about it on stream because it's personal to other people, but it was hilarious. Nice. And then, I have to do as well because she can't do the horse anymore. I have to fucking muck out the horse.
Oh, mate, Suzanne.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Every day now I have to go and pick up horse shit.
It's gonna happen.
I can't fucking stand it. Every day it's like, will you please come to... Before my raid. Like Wednesday, Thursday nights are my raid nights. And I'm like, all I want to do is at 5 o'clock, I finish doing YouTube stuff. I want to chat with my son for an hour, and then I want an hour where I'm just chilling before I start raiding. And those are my 2 nights of the week that I get to do that. But now I have to go to the fucking farm and pick up horse shit. Good God.
Have you shit in a bucket yet?
No.
You should at least shit in a bucket.
I did take my son through a walk through the fields with my dog. I took Ben jumped in a swamp and became the bog dog. And my son, the fields were so overgrown, my son couldn't see him, so he felt like he was in Predator or something. So I had to carry him for 25 minutes, and he's heavy as fuck now. I was carrying him around, so that was good exercise, I suppose.
Oh, just a very, very, very minor side note is
post your questions, guys.
They're still posting new characters for Mortal Kombat 10. Predators just came out. And cause
I watched that on Twitch, actually.
I've got the season pass with all the new content that comes out. I get it. Mate, they fucking completely captured it. It's so good. Like his intro, the character's got various intros. Like Jason Voorhees, he drags his machete with a fucking woman still attached to it on it and then peels it out of her head and stuff like that. when Predator comes in, he comes out of cloak, and then he like messes with the device, all the sound effects and stuff, and then it goes into his vision where it goes boom, and it shows like the outline of him and things like that, and his finishers. Like one of them's like the whole fucking trophy thing.
Yeah, I seen that one. I saw the laser cannon one.
The laser cannon. The only thing that gripes me about the laser cannon's minute, he just basically just fucking stands there. His laser cannon takes aim and he shoots fucking arms and limbs off, and shoots them through the head, and he walks off. My only gripe is, it's not the 3 dots. It's just a big red ball. And it goes,
I didn't notice. I was watching some guy who was unlocking all the points you need for it or some fucking shit. I don't know. I just watched it for about 20 minutes and it was pretty good. Skies of Azeroth. I watched it, but I didn't use Chrome. I do have Chrome on my machine, so maybe I could watch it then. But I wasn't that interested in that. I was more interested in hoping that we'd get some proper movie footage. That's what I care about at the moment. The Game of That stuff is going to be me playing games that I can't stream. As we well know, after last streaming, there are certain games we just cannot stream. Which has spawned a lot of new emotes. I need to sort some new emotes with you out next week. Remind me on Monday.
As soon as possible, mate.
Yeah, remind me on Monday. We definitely
why
need...
don't we... I mean, how much time have you got tomorrow? It's not going to take
I am
me any
off
time
all day
at all.
tomorrow. I had to tell Emma that I'm just not doing jobs tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, straight off the bat is I'm going for a meal at like 5 o'clock, I think. So let's go and catch Ant-Man. It's my uncle's birthday.
I'm taking them to West
Oh,
Farm.
shit.
Could
I could have gone, mate. I would have been downtown Leicester Brown
we
for
could
that
have
as
gone
well. But yeah, we'll watch the film and I'll come back here and I'll crack them out. It won't take me 2 minutes to do emotes. That's all.
Well, we need to do some pictures and stuff. Oh, we'll start it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll have a lot... For the subscribers of the channel, you'll have a lot of new emotes coming pretty soon. Rocket League. I'll get my PlayStation in here, because my PlayStation is basically what... I mean, this sounds really stupid, but my PlayStation 4 is what my son, my 1-year-old, plays on. He's the best, as you could probably imagine. He particularly likes the touchpad that takes you out of the game. But if you try and take the pad off him to show him that he's a noob, he gets really upset, which I don't understand. Because I'm playing the game far better.
Just thinking about it before when we're talking about transmogs is when I'm done here, just for the first 10 minutes of when I start streaming, watch it. Yeah? I'll show you what transmog is.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, I get that.
And I want to put music to them as well.
You're going to put music to him?
Mate,
I'm going to have to sit here and wait for your stream
the
to come up.
transmogs are good, yeah? But with the music in the background for them, you're going to shit. Anyway.
Alright, okay. Ant-Man is amazing. So, we'll tweet about it, I'm sure. I actually want to put movie stuff on Game Dads, because we haven't been to the cinema for a while because it's been a bit quiet. But we do like to sit and talk about movies.
I still do want to see Terminator, but I'm not going to go pay the money for it. I want to see it, man.
I am not watching that fucking movie. But I mean, just...
I've seen it's been shit-panned.
Oh...
But I still want to see it.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, Game Dads will be stuff that I cannot stream. So The Witcher 3 is likely to be the first game on there. As soon as I have to squeeze my schedule a little bit to try and fit it in. When I can sit down and kind of just chill and play a game. But as you can see, my one day off this week is tomorrow. And I'm doing emotes and going to the movies with Mr. Andy. And I'd prefer to do that, honestly. Which sounds really bad. But I would. I would do that. Mad Max? No, I didn't.
I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it? Yeah, you've seen it, yeah.
It's fucking not Mad Max. It's Charlize Theron. Fury Road.
Which was... Everyone said it was a feminist thing, but apparently... I agree that if that is what the case is, people were pissed off because it wasn't a Mad Max movie.
It wasn't a Mad Max
movie. And that's for a rightful reason to be pissed off, because I paid to see Mad Max, Fury Road.
Yeah.
Not Charlize Theron, Fury Road. Which I get. I mean, there's no issue with that. I mean, that's fine.
Well, yeah.
12-hour shift for Mr. Dreed. What a bummer. You're going to talk about the Warcraft movie. We already have done 1-1, I'm afraid to say. You see Triple H WrestleMania entries this year? No. I'm sure it got even better.
Oh, that's just maybe what I watch, yeah.
I watched... I always dip into stuff. At the moment, I can't stop... And this is going to sound really weird, but I'm not going to give my point of view. But I can't stop watching religious versus atheist debates.
Really?
I can't express to you how interesting they are. When it's not... not the ones where it's like... Someone like Christopher Hitchens destroys idiot. Who doesn't... someone who's religious but hasn't read, the Quran or whatever, or the Bible. But really learned ones... It's really interesting conversation. There was the best one I've seen so far was 5 guys. There was 2 rabbis who were amazing. These 2 rabbis were bang on point every single time, and 2 atheists. And it was about 2 hours long. And I was just sitting listening to it, and it was so interesting. And I can't get enough of it. Must have watched hours of it while I've been working. I know, right? It's really weird. Just sometimes you get
well, that's it. It's the YouTube void zone.
And lots of people do it. Once you get into the Dawkins and Hitchens stuff, have you ever seen that one with Wendy White?
I don't watch intellectual stuff.
It's not. I mean, I can't stream it, but I recommend anybody to. Is she called Wendy? You guys will know. Wendy White? Is she called Wendy White? It's a creationist. He believes the Earth's 6,000 years old. So, I mean, those are the kind of things I don't really, not that interested in, because Dawkins, who's a scientist, just goes, you know, there's a tree over there that's older than that, and you can just walk up there, and we learned to do this in Scouts at like age 7, you just put a thing in and you can see that it's more than 6,000 years old. It's just literally there. Yeah, Wendy White, she's called Wendy White. He goes to see this woman, and it's infuriating to watch.
Yeah. And
I watched an interview with Dawkins after he did it, and the guy's like, how did you keep your cool? He said, as we were going into the room, the director had obviously spoke to this woman beforehand, and he just said to him, whatever you do, Richard, don't get mad. Please don't get mad. Because he knew what was going to come out of this woman's mouth, and it's just insane. But the other one I recommend to you guys, if you aren't, there's loads of people who are into that stuff, is Richard Dawkins teaching a religious school of kids who are about 13, and just watch there's questions that come out of their mouths, which is really interesting. Because we're really worried right now. This sounds really daddish. I'm sorry, I'm really old. We're looking at schools for Max, and you've gone through this with Ava. They're not very great. Our schools locally are terrible. So I was like, well, what my dad did is supplemented my education. He gave me maths books, and you got a reward. You could go out for the weekend or something like that. If I completed a maths book, a spelling book, a reading book, I read to him now. I'm reading the BFG to him right now. He's not really got a grasp on it, but he's learning words every day. He's talking now, by the way. Which is annoying.
Overnight type thing.
He just learns random words. Like, he learnt no, and he shakes his finger, right, which is cute and everything. So I was like, come and change your bone, and he goes, no, and he hides behind the couch and stuff. So he knows exactly what I'm saying. But then he learned purple, and then he learned things like windmill, and I'm like, where are you even picking these fucking words up?
It's good though, isn't it? Though when
it's
it starts
so
to
bizarre.
it's like a quantum jigsaw that's like a piece at a time being put back into place.
He speaks to her. He goes but you can tell what's going on. Is he's got a sentence that he wants to tell you in his brain, but his mouth's not quite clocked how to get that sound to come out. So he's telling you something, and he looks really frustrated as well. So I turn around and say, "I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying, mate." And he's going, and I'm like, I just don't know what you're saying, dude.
Like Steve Carell in Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, exactly like that. But it's really crazy. Am I religious? I'm not, no. But I'm not like some sort of militant atheist either.
Are you an atheist or an agnostic?
I'm
agnostic, mate.
I don't like to put a label on it, honestly. I absolutely do not believe in any divine power.
Here's the thing. Like, my whole ethos on religion is I don't believe in it. Well, I don't believe in it, but I'm not opposed to listening to facts about it.
Which is very hard to find, unfortunately.
That's what I mean.
That's the difficult thing. I honestly, I was brought up in the world of where I need evidence. So.
Oh, that was the line. I'm open to the concept of religion and higher being. I'm just not convinced by it.
I'm not. I'm sorry to say. And as I've said many times, I genuinely kind of envy people who have faith and have that comfort.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I genuinely envy you guys. I just can't. I was brought up with the world of evidence and whoa, creature.
It's only a little moth.
I know, but it flew within my eye line.
Agnostic is a cop.
I don't think we should.
Fuck off.
Let's not go down the religious route right now. Yeah. If you're interested in those things, I suggest you watch I suggest you watch them though, because it's some very cool discussions between the two. Like Bovade says, my son is in his mind. He's telling me exactly what he wants to tell me, and it's probably clear as day in his head. But his mouth just looks like a slobbering drunk. But then it'll go like that. Cheese on toast. I'm like, do you want cheese on toast? And he goes, yeah. Like I'm an idiot. And he says it like that. I don't know where he's got this thing, but he goes, yeah. Duh. Which is pretty good. Right, okay. Everything is a lie. Another transport show? Yes. I know the website has been delayed, but it's only coming up when it's up and ready. It's as simple as that. I'm not putting a date on it or an estimate or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. I didn't watch Attack on Titan. I'm not sure what it is. I know the words. Is it an anime thing?
Attack on Titan. I know of the name, I just don't know
it. Yeah. Same so no, I haven't watched it. He's calling me an idiot. He does. I'm sure my son thinks I'm stupid. He drags me by the hand when he can't express what I'm saying. He'll grab my hand and pick me up and walk me to places.
Alien 5 concept have come out. Have you seen them?
Yes! Yeah.
DTF for it, mate.
Yeah, and he's in it, isn't he? The original guy.
Hicks, mate.
Hicks, mate. And Bishop's on the pictures, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think Bishop's on there.
We saw him, mate.
And Signori. Signori's on there.
Lance Henriksen.
Once. I can't get excited about an Alien movie, just as I can't get excited about a Terminator movie. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I've been ruined. I mean, but I'm a fan of Alien 3, and so many people aren't.
I'm not.
No?
In fairness, though, and I will hold my hands up, is the only reason that I watched the Alien franchise was probably just for the Colonial Marines. I thought they killed that fucking film. So good.
Yeah, I really liked Alien 3. No, I've watched. There's probably most things you're trying to link me, and I've watched them over the last week or so.
No, not Bill Paxton. The other one. Bill Paxton was Hudson.
Hudson, yeah,
fucking
he was.
Doofus.
Thanks, Cybergenic, I should say. I liked Alien 3. I don't know. I liked the idea of it. Yeah, I think Alien 3 rubbed some people up the wrong way. There's no doubt about that, but I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
Fuck, I can't remember his name. It's too out of my grasp. Guy plays Hicks. I thought I could grab it. Michael Bean! Bean,
Michael
whatever.
Ben.
Yes!
Yeah. I only watched Prometheus. Sorry for you, Keely. We watched Prometheus together. I remember us both being there like...
No! Run straight away from this really tall object!
Please stop. Please.
Take 3 steps to your left.
Please,
no!
Please stop doing that.
Distance is a key.
I like the idea that it was... the thing about Alien 3 I thought was really cool is that it was a religious... It was an ex-prison where they found God. And it was no longer a prison. They basically just left them to it. And I thought that was really cool. They'd left them... they'd renounced the rest of the world to stay in their own place. But when temptation was thrown in, they certainly weren't the best guys. Especially the guy who puts on those rape goggles to get Signori. That's what he does. He literally gets her bent over a thing and he goes... but after playing Alien Isolation... Yeah, I'll watch it.
I watched that. It was pretty funny. With the Joes, mate.
The Joes, buddy! I love this. Is why I love streaming. We had a classic moment every single stream week, which I think is the dream of streaming. Oh, Nobble's here. Did you play? Shit! What was that game we played that was got telling Nobble to play? Fuck.
What game?
I played a game on stream week and I told Nobble that he had to play it because his stream would love it, and I can't remember what the fucking lie for me it was. Bastard! I can't remember. Maybe he remembers.
Was it a scary game?
We've played that many games over the last 3 weeks. I can't remember. It might have been Shadow Warrior. Maybe it was Shadow Warrior. I have not. I have not played that game that none of us can remember. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Oh, Bioshock! Had you not played Tales of the Borderlands? Yeah, I think it was that. It was either Tales of the Borderlands or maybe Bioshock. There was a lot of people who hadn't played. Can you believe how many people had not played Bioshock? I find that astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. Right, shall we finish up? We're rapidly approaching the 3-hour mark, which I think is long enough for listening and looking at our ugly mugs. So I think we can probably do that.
I'm doing it after me.
Oh, you're streaming after this?
That's what I mean. Like, literally, when this goes down, I'm going to start streaming. It's probably going to be about 30 minutes after this goes down. Maybe a bit short. But I'll text you. I'll show you that transmog shit. I'm just going to show a bit of the transmog shit to him from Star Wars. Then I'm going to see how viable Rocket League is for like people who've got it 4-on-4, mate. Drop in, drop out, kick some ass. Take it from there.
Okay. I'm pretty sure... yeah, it was a weird ask. I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember at all. There's that many games. It wasn't Outlast. He's gonna buy... Everyone's going to be like, oh... That's the thing, we played that many fucking games. Yeah. On streaming. We must have covered... We've only had 3 of them. I think we covered 15 games or something stupid like that. Assassination's pretty good. Pretty goddamn good. All 3 specs have their place for the rogues, right?
It was always my favourite spec, Assassination.
Oh, Jax will play with you. He's pretty hardcore at Rocket League.
I'm shit at
He's a tryhard though. Be warned.
Okay.
Fucking tryhard as shit. Seriously. You know what I did to him once? In Black Rock Foundry, right? I went right instead of left once. He lost his fucking mind. Like... blew his head.
In fairness, I would have. You know?
Why? It was exactly the same distance. It made no difference at all, but he was like, "You're being inefficient!"
Yes.
Why would you do that? Which is pretty good. Yeah, so, Ghost will be streaming shortly. And you can go and join him there. Alright, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Try hard. Yes, you'll get a guide on every single class. I'm back into my guide mode, so it's pretty good. And no, I won't Julia. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you again. Bye. I will see you on Friday. Is the next stream. Bye-bye.